Well, it's December 4th. I got 3 hours of sleep last night because I ate Italian food in the form of pizza and rigatoni with meatballs and sauce. Don't get me wrong, it was really good. I didn't really feel sick per se during eating it, but I did wake up at 4 a.m. with the worst gas and indigestion I think I've ever had in my life. Couldn't breathe quite right, and I sat up real quick because I didn't know what the hell was going on, and just started burping. And I burped for quite literally 2.5 hours. And I don't know, just between that and the back pain I've been experiencing a lot lately, it feels really weird for me to be vulnerable in these videos because it seems like me being vulnerable is me making an excuse to do what I'm doing. And I don't know if that's the correct way to be thinking about how I'm doing this or not, but that's kind of what it feels like. So I think what I need to do is actually start weighing myself and keeping up with metrics and tracking things just to keep myself in check at least a little bit, because look, from the very beginning of me starting this diet, it's always been about mental health, but lately it's not. It doesn't even matter. Like, I've just not cared as much about it because I've been way too busy to care about it. I guess this is the upside of being way too busy, is that I can't really worry about things as much if I am busy. But also the downside of being so busy is that it's starting to affect my physical health. I'm not able to stick to this diet for more than a couple days at a time, and I don't know if that's me playing mental gymnastics with stuff, which I know it's user error, but it's really hard to see when I'm in it. So right now it's the beginning of December, and I'm trying to make a big push to finish this book because that's one more thing I could take off of my plate to reduce some of the stress. Because I know a lot of this has to do with stress and how much I'm doing. Like, whenever I took on this book, I didn't think it'd be such a big effort to get it done, but it's way more than I thought. And I really am happy to be doing it. I've enjoyed the process. It makes me know that I could do this again if I really wanted to. Hopefully, at some point, I'll be in a better spot financially to be able to do this again without worrying, like, oh, am I going to be able to pay these 2 bills in the next week and a half? But I'm getting it done, and it feels good to be getting it done. Like, today I've got 5 pictures done. That was a lot, especially for me, not getting any sleep, and I am very happy with that. But, I did finally step on the scale for the first time in quite a while. I'd like to say I was surprised at the number, but I really wasn't. It's definitely a reflection on how I've been treating myself and my body and the food choices I've been making and my overall thought processes of everything. So it still feels really weird to step on a scale and not start to go into a spiral, because that's typically what happens. Is I will get obsessive with it, and that's just how it is. Why I don't track food typically is because I get very obsessive with all these numbers and I start playing mental games with myself. It's just like, oh, I've got 2,700 calories for the day and I can eat 500 more, and then I somehow end up eating like 1,000 more. It's because I'm just like thinking about the food all the time. And maybe one day I can afford therapy to to take care of some of this stuff. But for now, it's just gonna have to be sheer willpower, I guess, and me being open with my community and just trying to talk about things more. And I made a video not too long ago saying that I wanted to lose 50 pounds, and I think when I made that video, I was really just saying it in jest, but just because at that point I was making content just to keep up with my schedule. At that very moment, whenever I was doing that, my schedule was insane. So now that it's backed off just a touch and this book's coming closer to me being able to get the final things done with it, my upload schedule is going to be a lot easier to manage. I don't know, I think it's just time to start actually taking some of this stuff seriously. I don't know what's making me think about this. Actually, I do know. One of my friends died, but it's kind of just, it's just kind of got me thinking about my mortality and how I'm not really taking care of myself to, even get through the next 5 years. I can't burn the candle at both ends. For hell, I don't want to do it for another year. I'm pretty exhausted, and I also don't want to just make a bunch of content that's garbage and the hope that it'll let me survive off of it. But going forward, I will be tracking things as much as possible. I think I'm going to swap from using an app tracker like MyFitnessPal. I don't think I'm going to use that anymore. I think I'm just going to keep like a notebook and write down like a small notebook and just write down every single thing I eat, because tracking it in the tracker, I will definitely play around with those numbers a little too much. So I think if I just have a visual representation of all the things I eat, it'll help me out a lot better. I do still want to lose 50 pounds. Well, actually, at this point, I want to lose 60 pounds, because yeah, I've gained a little bit more weight since then. And I think a little bit of it is from me eating the pile of pasta and pizza last night, but I'm still just going to call that legitimate weight. I'm going to stop calling things water weight. I'm tired of just justifying things. So, you know, I am the chef guy. And that is what it is. I'm not the weight loss guy. If I lose weight, that's awesome. I'd love to do that. It's actually a much bigger deal than I even thought it was. I've been telling myself it's not a big deal that I weigh more for a long time, and I think that's just me lying to myself. So I think admitting that is just something I needed to do and just say it out loud, because you hold it in, you might not think about it, but it's still in there. So, but that's the video for today. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, give it a comment, share the video, and I will see y'all next time.